is too bright.
Why'd you leave the bathroom light on?
I got people waiting for me. Do it the sound off. Hello, Charles Lund. How are you doing this fine Thursday evening? How is everyone doing tonight? Got lots of peoples in here. John Overmans with the Shark Train video out. What is your favorite train ride? Oh man, I think the Shark Train might be my favorite train ride. I think other good train rides I've been on. Oh, the ghost train at Tweetsea is pretty cool. Tweetsea Railroad in North Carolina. Silver Dollar City train is pretty good. Dollywood has got that big old coal-fired train. Amanda Rowlett said, "You plan on going to any more abandoned parks?" There's only so many abandoned parks, and you know, not all of them. You know, with a few there are. You know, there's not many that you can just mosey into. Corey Carter says, "Could you come down to the Howler and Haunts hayride this year? I work at the corn maze." I love. I'm gonna try to. It's a little early for haunt season, but I'm always open to coming to haunts as long as I'm allowed to film. As long as I can do my thing there, I'm happy to try to make it. Of course, I can't visit everywhere in the country at once because you know, haunt season's very limited. But we'll definitely, in the months of September and October, be working to get a lot of haunts. Can you turn that off? Turn that off. What? That music could be copyrighted. Because they're going to the Alabama Adventure Theme Park in Bessemer, Alabama. I don't know anything about that. I'm not familiar. Santa Cruz Dark Rides. Yes, I do want to go out to Santa Cruz. I don't know. They're not. I checked on it. They're not operating at full capacity right now. I do want to get out to California bad. I do want to get out there. I want Santa Cruz, the boardwalk. I've been trying. 2019 went there with Adam. Everything was shut down because it was off season. I was going to go back in 2020. We all know how that turned out. So I don't know. Who knows? Things are still uncertain on when we're going to be back to normal, where I can start just making normal plans instead of trying to, you know, figure everything out. There's a Bigfoot museum in Santa Cruz. I didn't know that. Disneyland is going to run at 25% starting tomorrow. Shrofoto plays. Did you hear about Fry's Electronics shut down? Yeah, they actually was in Vegas when it shut down. Actually ran. Travis, how are you doing? Actually went out there when I was in Las Vegas to the slot machine themed one. I think some of them might have closed earlier, but they like shut them all down. It was really sad. I loved Fry's Electronics. Oh, watery goodness. There's a Bigfoot museum in Hastings, Nebraska. At some point, I'll try to go to all Bigfoot museums in the country. Got 183 people in here. Did you guys get the whatchamacallit, notifications? Did the notifications go out? So yeah, I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to visit Disneyland. I think the state said that the theme parks can allow you in if you have a vaccination card, and I do. But man, California, I'm just gonna wait on California until they get a little bit more open. The COVID rates are way down in California, and they're actually going down national. I don't want to sit here and talk about COVID nonstop, but things are heading in the right direction, just in a sluggish manner. Is my t-shirt shop still active? It is active. I have not added any new shirts in a very long time. I've been considering switching and handling my own t-shirts through my Etsy shop, but yeah. I know a lot of it. Yeah, I just know a lot of attractions, especially California. A lot of stuff is not opened back up. William Violet First Kim, thank you for the first super chat of the night. Where am I? I probably should say. I know. I try not to. When I'm doing live streams on the road, I try not to say where I am, just because I've had problems in the past with being harassed. So. I plan on going to Dollywood soon. I've been meaning to go to Dollywood. I was actually going to go to Dollywood on opening day, but when I went to make my reservations, they were booked up. I even have a season pass, and they were booked up. So, I don't know. We'll see. All right. We're not going to argue about vaccines. You know, obviously, it's a personal choice. But I personally feel that if you look at all the evidence, if you read up on everything out there, that getting the vaccine is I think it's very important. I think everyone should get the vaccine. But I'm not a doctor. But I feel the education is out there. Educate yourself through reliable sources, and I feel like you will make the conclusion that getting the vaccine is the right choice. Yes, I'm not in the bunker tonight. I'm in a hotel. Ryan says, "Can you believe Avoid the Noid is back?" Do you know, it's really crazy. You know, they canceled the original Noid advertising campaign because a guy whose last name was Noid thought the commercials were talking about him. And he was not well adjusted. Travis Bowling, thank you for the super chat. How are you doing, buddy? Says, when you go to a new attraction, what do you hope to see? Strange, new, something old? What makes you go, wow, I'm glad I came here? Yeah, it's definitely just. I mean, the thing that always makes me excited is when I see something that I've never seen before. See something new. Like like you go to a place and there's a shark that attacks a train. That's unique. I love stuff like that. Stuff I haven't seen before. Because I've admittedly at this point seen a lot of things, and there's things that always draw me in, like crazy taxidermy, wax figures, that sort of thing. Oddities, anything with oddities draws me in. William, thank you for the super chat. It says March 9, I got vaccine. April 9, I got my second vaccine. Yes, I have both my vaccines. I've gotten 1 and 2, and then it's been more than 2 weeks now, so I am fully protected at this point. Jared Heath, last time I saw you in Calvert, I was scared to say hello because you're the pinball museum where my work is. Just said hey, I moved on. Hope you're doing okay. It's always okay to say hi. Please come up and say hi. Odin Von Zero says, is there any sane taxidermy? I mean, taxidermy is a little off kilter, I admit it, but I love it all the same. I don't know. I would think sane. You think sane taxidermy? On the spectrum of taxidermy, you have like deer heads would be like pretty normal, and then like as it starts to get crazier, you get like animals wearing people clothes, animals mixed with other animals, and it gets crazier and crazier from there. Katie is my name, says Hubs, kids and I were in Pigeon Forge Sunday. I was joking, saying it'd be so cool to run into Jacob. Talked about a lot based on your reviews. Well, thank you. Always good they can help people find cool stuff. Ooh, what's this? Jeffrey Koss says, have you been to Highland Hills in Colorado? They have 2 dark rides. I did not know about this. This is new. I try to keep a list. I'm going to write this down. Thank you, Jeffrey, and thank you for the super chat. So we're going to look up Highland Hills, Colorado dark rides. Thanks for the tip. We'll see if we can hunt those down. I did not know there was dark rides in Colorado. Phantom Theater at Kings Island. I think that's gone. Brexton Collins is going to the Wax Museum in Arlington, Texas. It's great. I love the Palace of Wax. Jason in Michigan. Somebody give Jacob $500 for riding the hyper coaster. What's a hyper coaster? What makes it a hyper? They're saying fall now for Meow Wolf. I originally heard August. They seem to back off that a little bit, and now they're saying fall. So it'll probably be next year. Just kidding. Waited a long time for Omega Mart. Omega Mart was originally supposed to open 2019. Hypercoaster is 200 foot plus tall. Okay. Brex says, what constitutes a dark ride? Well, dark ride is usually, you think of dark ride, you think of like an indoor ride. It doesn't even necessarily have to be that dark. I think usually they use darkness to like highlight certain things, but usually in a moving cart, usually slower than a roller coaster. And you see tableaus and scenes along the way. Brexton Collins, thank you for the super chat. At 295 people here. Okay, it's slowly expanding. Odemod Zero says Otherworld in Ohio announced it would be expanding. Yes, I heard that. So I'm going to wait and see. I don't know. Hopefully I can get back there and see when they expand. And hopefully, Odin, you get back out there. I know you had wanted to go out there. Had a change of plans. Joe Costello says it was cool. Meow Wolf stopped by. That's true. Meow Wolf did stop by one of my live streams. The Bear says, ever been to Boblo Island? People keep talking about Boblo Island, and I had never heard of Boblo Island until recently when I was in Dallas. I went to a oddities and antique shop, and they had a pennant for Boblo Island. Breck, yes, Fire in the Hole is definitely a dark ride. But actually, it's a hybrid. It is absolutely 100% a dark ride, but you would say it's also has roller coaster elements. I would say a dark ride first with roller coaster elements. So, Nola D says the 1984 World's Fair at New Orleans had a dark ride all about Louisiana. Yeah, man, I'd love to see. Yeah, they used to have such great dark rides, and it's kind of a dying art form for some reason. William, thank you again for the super chats. Please visit San Diego Comic-Con. Are they even having it this year? I'm hoping in 2022 that I don't even have to ask that question anymore. Katie has managed to do some slightly underwhelmed with the coaster cart. The coaster cart's cool. It's cool. I would definitely say little kids would love it. It's a very mild ride. It's not too fast. It's not scary. It's just a fun little ride. My favorite Disney dark ride, I would definitely probably say the Haunted Mansion. But I also love Pirates of the Caribbean and Splash Mountain. Probably my top three. Here's an interesting question. Is Jungle Cruise a dark ride? I would almost say yes, but definitely has some non-dark ride elements as well. Oh, we got a yes, a no. It is at night. Jeffrey Koth says, my favorite dark rides are in Beach Bend, Conneaut Lake, Waldemere, and Camden. I've been to Beach Bend, Waldemere, and Camden. Conneaut Lake was closed last year. I'm hoping to get out there and see it this year. William, thank you again for the super chats. This is Dave & Buster's reopened last week. I've not been to a Dave & Buster's. I don't know if I've ever hung out at Dave & Buster's. Joseph Kilpatrick says Jungle Cruise is considered an interactive ride. I mean, because it has a live person. But a Great Movie Ride had a human host, and I would unquestionably say that Great Movie Ride was a dark ride. Michael Velasco says, If you didn't know, I've been watching your channel since 2015, and I still like it. Well, thank you. Thank you for not ditching me. My favorite road trip snack. My current favorite road trip snack is beer nuts with wasabi peas. Yeah, it's an interesting question. Yeah, apparently Trader Sam is out. They're going to replace him with a scene that, like, I guess he has a shop. It's called like Trader Sam's shop, but he's not. You don't see him, but you see that he has so he still exists in the continuity of the Jungle Cruise, but does not exist. And yeah, so I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's cool that maybe they're going to add some new stuff to Jungle Cruise. I think Jungle Cruise could maybe use a couple little new touches. I think would be good. But I did like Trader Sam. I mean, I don't want anyone to get offended riding a ride, but I thought Trader Sam was pretty cool. William, thank you again for the super chat. Says, I am so excited for my new Xbox headphones with a mic on it. I don't own an Xbox. Regina Deal says, look for the animatronic singing Hillbilly Horse. We go to Gatlinburg. Yeah, there's a horse riding a man on the streets, and they're playing, they play a loop of Beer for My Horses and, what's it, on Rawhide, the two songs that they loop. Do I do fan meetups? I mean, I'm not going to do a meetup until things are a little more clear with COVID. Odin Von Zero. Okay. To Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy is the other song. Okay, so there's 3 songs that they loop at the horse riding a man on the streets of Gatlinburg. That's Beer for My Horses, Rawhide, and what did he just say? Oh, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. GT Michael says the new Carpetbagger the new Magic Kingdom redo for Splash Mountain and Princess and the Frog is ridiculous. Do you agree? I wish they could keep Splash Mountain. It's one of my favorite rides. I don't think the ride itself was racist. I think, some of the material that the ride is based on may be questionable, but I don't think there's anything on the ride itself that is offensive. I think if they are going to redo it, I think that's probably probably the best Disney story to incorporate would be Princess and the Frog. It seems like a good fit. I'm sure it'll be a good ride, but I'll always miss Splash Mountain. William, thank you again for the super chat. Says, you will laugh at Rubber Chicken screaming it on YouTube. Sarah Weinberg, thank you for the super chats. What is your inspiration for your cool mutton chops? There's really not much of inspiration. My hair grows really thick right there. It kind of just grows in by itself. I don't like having hair on my face, so I shave it here. I don't mind having it back here, so I just let it stay. Go on Mario Kart ride. Where's the Mario Kart ride? Yeah, I don't feel like I can't shave my mutton chops anymore because it's part of my thing now. Frankie notices there's no human characters on Splash Mountain. Yeah, and they did that on purpose. They didn't include the Uncle Remus character. They replaced him with a frog. Um, it's a long history, but the stories that are on the ride on Splash Mountain are actually based on African American folklore. So it actually is a ride. I mean, the ride is based on African American folklore. Now, was this folklore uh, told in the best way in the past? Maybe it could have been told better. Um, I think the movie Song of the South was a little tone deaf. William, thank you again for the super chat. It's a video game, Super Mario. Samantha Catine says, "You ever watch Svengoolie?" I know who Svengoolie is. I grew up in the Chicago area. He was like their late night horror movie host. Nola Deej, thank you for the super chat. Says, "Do you have an all-time favorite place you've been filmed in the U.S. and why is it your favorite?" I'd definitely say House on the Rock in Wisconsin is my favorite. It just kind of not only is it just one of the biggest, most impressive, strangest attractions, but it's also it's just sentimental to me too. It's like I went there with my family when my daughter was little, back when we still traveled but we could barely afford it. We loved to travel, but we were broke, but we still prioritized it and traveled, and that was one thing that me and my wife wanted to see, wanted to show our kids, and it blew us away. It was like it's one of the most over delivering attractions I think out there. David Koch, thank you for the super chat. Chris saw t-shirts says, "Are you going to the Croc factory?" Where is it? Isn't it like, what is it, like in Vietnam or something? I know they're come from an Asian country. Keisha Ricketts says, "Well, what was that one restaurant that threw rolls? I think about the video from time to time." That's Lambert's. John from Expiration Unknown, how are you doing? I do plan on being at Transworld this year. William, thank you again for the super chat. Every 5 week, I went to work at Pfizer from La Jolla. Emma Pickett says that Indiana Beach will be reopening. Yeah, I think Indiana. I think they're getting new rides. I think they've. I hope they. I would love to see them fix up their animatronics a little bit. I think that would be nice. I plan on going to Coney Island this summer. It's hard to say. I haven't really looked into it that much, but I think New York City is pretty shut down. Epic gosh, our favorite item at Wendy's. I'll go with the chili. I always love the chili. Cheese and sour cream. Jason says Texas is wide open. Yes, that's why I've had a lot of videos from Texas recently, because everything is open except the George W. Bush Library. C4 Defense says you should do a hot dog tour of New Jersey. Yeah, I love hot dogs. Joe Martin says Monster Mansion at Six Flags Over Georgia was one of the best dark rides I've been to. It is a hidden gem. Monster Mansion, one of the best dark rides in the country, in a really surprise. You know, Six Flags is not known for creative dark rides, so it really is just really jumps out at you. Sarah Weinberg, thank you for the super chat. Favorite creepy vlog. Oh, what would be a creepy vlog? One of the videos I did that creeped me out the most was me and John from Exploration Unknown went into an abandoned show cave. So it was like a cave that they used to do tours in, but it was just abandoned, and we just walked in. And you know, it's pitch black. We've got flashlights, and there's like a river running through the cave, like the whole length of the cave. We were walking, there's like this river, it's making these creepy echo noises. It was pretty terrifying. Yes, James Carroll said Knott's Berry Farm opened a new dark ride. Yes, I'm very interested in getting back to Knott's. Knott's is a great amusement park. Love Knott's. We'll see. We'll see when California gets their crap together. I love California, but you know. Jake says, have you stayed at the Don Q Inn near your house in the Ark? I have not, but I need to. That's a must do. Jason says, are you meeting up with Boogie 2988? I actually am planning on meeting up with Boogie when I go out to Trans World. Suffer More says, you know, because of people like you, Omega Mart just randomly exploded online. I'm not gonna take any credit for that. I mean, Meow Wolf, I think it did explode online, but I think it's because it's so freaking amazing. William, thank you for the super chat. Have you tried Smash Cake Challenge? I have no idea what that is. Sherry Yates, you going to the Bigfoot Festival in Townsend? Yes, I've heard some good things. Apparently they're gonna have what's his name? Sax Squatch. He's a Sasquatch that plays the saxophone, and I think they're gonna have a pro wrestling match involving Sasquatch. So sounds freaking amazing. Emma Morgan says, figured out why they won't let people take pictures of video of the creature in the Ice Museum, Museum of the Weird, because it's a hoax. I don't know. I saw it. It looked pretty real. Not done a lot of independent research on it. Osh Popham, thank you for the super chat. Dan the man asked, I'm going back to Knoebels this year. I'd like to. Definitely like to. Jason Michigan says, really hope Boogie is doing well. He made national news. He did? I didn't hear about that. Holly Nicole says, I'm curious, what's your weirdest fan experience? There's been a lot of like super weird fan experiences. I really can't think of one, to be honest. Most people are really cool and nice and friendly. William, thank you for the super chat. Says, do you scare of balloons? I'm not scared of balloons in and of themselves. Matthew Turner says, what is your favorite place that's not there anymore? Oh man, I could sit here and just make a list. Places that aren't there anymore. Makes me sad, all the places that aren't there anymore. Adam Perez, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, Carpetbagger, it's me again. Here's $4.99 for you, and hope we can meet someday. Hopefully we can do a meet up at some point when things are less insane. Odin Von Zero says, yeah, that OVZ guy was kind of weird. Nah, he's not. Brad Derby, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, big fan. Do you think you will make it up to Lake George, New York again? I'm hoping to. So also, I'm going to visit the Mutter Museum. How was it? Mutter Museum is disturbing. I didn't hear anything about Boogie being in the news. What's the most amazing place that I've been to that I wasn't able to record? That'd be Zach Baggins' Haunted Museum. William, thank you again for the super chat. Says, what time is Texas? Texas is on Central Time. So what would it be? 8:42 in Texas? Mr. Main and Watch. This is, have you been to Ripley's Gourmet Gallery? I have, several times. Monique Wagner says she come to Castles and Coasters in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm not familiar with that. Kel6, thank you for the super chat. Says, when are you doing another collab with Adam the Woo? I'm not sure. You know, it's been a crazy year and a half, or what? Not a year and a half. It's been a year of COVID that we've been dealing with. So things have been crazy. We don't live near each other, but yeah. Do I ever get photo bombs and people being buffoons in your video? Occasionally. William, thank you again for the super chat. It says Drew V said, "What part of Texas?" I'm not in Texas. Jeffrey Koth says, "I've been on 316 different roller coasters. That's a lot more than me." Frankie Knows says, "How do daily vloggers keep Disney park vlogs fresh?" It's got to be tough. Says, "I like that you cover museums, zoos, and parks." Yeah, I mean, it's the Disney vloggers. I think it is difficult to try to keep, showing new angles, telling different stories. But there's some people that are very good at it. Some people are very good, and it's clear by their viewership that people love their videos. I love it. I love Disney too. I don't think I could do Disney as much as some people do. I love Disney, but I think I would. I want to keep loving Disney, and I think if I went like all the time, that I would not love Disney as much as I do. So I want to keep some of the magic and not go there all the time. But I do want to go there sometimes. Sabaka Mahusky, thank you for the super chat. It says, "How's it going? Do you allow guest fan subscribers to purchase tickets for you as a gift?" Well, thank you for the super chat. I don't normally, if I'm going to a place, I normally just pay. I don't contact a place and try to get free tickets or anything like that. Occasionally, places will reach out to me and offer me free tickets, and of course I'll take them up on that. But I don't need people to buy my tickets for me or anything like that. I mean, if you want to support the channel, like super chat, like you just did, that's a great way to do that, or Patreon or Etsy, all the other different ways that you can support this channel. Does my wife ever travel with me? Sometimes. Sterling Hickok, thank you for the super chat. Andrew Rosberry says, "Jacob, love the Clifton Hill attraction walkthroughs." Yes, I love all the haunted houses on Clifton Hill. Would I go back to SeaWorld San Antonio? Maybe someday. I feel like I covered it pretty thoroughly in the recent video I did there. But I was kind of bummed. So I visited Six Flags over Texas recently, and they then just recently opened a mystery house that was closed that's in the park that I missed out on. So now I gotta go back. Great Food and Beverage says, seems like you have really expanded your daring on roller coasters. Basically, the rule, my rule is, if they'll let me film on it, I will go on it. So, I've been on some pretty scary roller coasters, haven't I? Shutterfly Boy says, just lost my DJI Phantom 4 way out in the Pennsylvania woods. I know the feeling. KMN Keyboard Vault, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, Carpetbagger, I enjoy your videos. I'm a YouTuber myself. I absolutely love it when you are in the haunted houses and scream loudly. Well, hopefully we'll have a good haunt season this year. Roller Coaster Rhonda says Busch Gardens will let you come. Yes, Busch Gardens, also on SeaWorld. They're owned by the same company, and they're really cool with letting people film. If I've been to Suffer More, it says I've been to Stu Leonard's. I'm not sure what that is. Mason Cutchin says, I heard that Lagoon is adding a new roller coaster come out of the dark ride. Well, I may have to end up going back out to Lagoon. Lagoon is amazing. Amazing theme park. Rock 1 in a Million says, so are you actually from Wisconsin? I was born in Wisconsin. Yeah, Lagoon has both crazy roller coasters and awesome dark rides. Cody Berry says, hey, CB, was the video today? There was no video this morning. I usually do a video every other day. LDH Production says you're going to ride the new Coasty McCoaster face at Indiana Beach. Is that really what they're calling it? Coasty McCoaster face. Jake Cross, thank you for the super chat. Says, will you attend the grand opening of Meow Wolf Denver? I mean, I consider it. I just need to know when it is. They haven't announced it yet. Hey, dude, watch Montero by Lil Nas X. I did watch Montero by Lil Nas X. Creaties, how are you doing, man? So, sup, dude? Just blowing by to say hi. It banned about 2,783 commenters at random. Well, Don't ban that too many people. But Creaty is actually helping me out. He's always helping me out, but we're going back. He's going back, and he's redoing some of the old thumbnails from the very, very beginning of this channel. So if you want to, like, if you have some spare time on your hand, drift back to the very beginning. You can see the new thumbnails on the old videos. He started at the oldest videos and is moving towards current. And while you're looking at some of those pretty new thumbnails, you can watch the videos too. Tim Emerson, thank you for the super chat. There should be a new video tomorrow. How many wives do you have? I have one wife, and that is all I will ever have. Cody Barry says it would be an honor to get banned by you. Politics, perhaps. LOL. I don't ban people because of politics. I don't ban people because of their political views. I ban people if they're rude or hateful, or if they're harassing other commenters or their viewers. You know, and so people say like really racist or really like homophobic things. You know, I'll block them then, because no one needs to act like that. Do I have moderators? Creaties is still a moderator. He's here. Braden Terrell says, which haunt is scarier, Ripley's Haunted Mansion, Mysterious Mansion? Mysterious Mansion is more dark, more intense. Ripley's has some newer, shinier set pieces. I'd say give them, if you're in town, I'd say give them both a try. Logan Bonechill says, when did you do your first road trip? I don't know. It's hard to say. You know, did small road trips since I've been an adult, but they were much shorter. Jamie Fates, you ever been to the Mermaid Park in Florida? Be Wiki Watch. Yes, I have. I have a video. It'd probably been long enough where I could go back. I watch my old videos of places and I'm like, oh, I could have done a better video. So I'll go back and do places I've done before if you know, enough time has passed. Nice Diaz says, you're concerned about the projected gas shortages this summer. I hope there are no gas shortages. That would really put a damper on my plans. Jeffrey Cott says, Jacob, you prefer sitting forward or backward on Lost Coaster of Superstition Map? Oh, I don't remember if we were sitting backwards or forwards. That is a weird roller coaster. You sit like you sit facing, there's like 4 seats, I think 4 seats, it could be more, but when we sat in it, it was me, my daughter Anna, and then 2 strangers that were looking at us, and it's like in a little box, and like, there's no like big drops or anything. It's just like, but it's like a bumpy, knock you around type. Christian Diatley says, let's do a shout out to those who suffer from borderline personality disorder. I'm watching you to keep my mind occupied. You know, I have a lot of sympathy and understanding for people who go through mental health disorders, and it's mental health problems are very hard to deal with because you kind of suffer in silence. You know, people don't realize you know, how much people with mental health suffer because they suffer quietly. Beatriz Mendez says, highly recommend you come back to Maryland for Six Flags America. I've never been to that Six Flags. What's written on my t-shirt? What does it say? Oh, this is from Museum of the Weird. It says, I was at the Museum of the Weird, I saw the creature in the ice. Super chat person needs a ban. I didn't really couldn't make out what they were saying, but yeah, I'll block them. You know, sometimes people say things and I'm really not sure what they're trying to say. It seems mean, but yeah, I'll block them. I really didn't get what he was saying. It sounded mean, though. It wasn't very articulate, I'd say. Hello, Melissa Winstead. How are you doing? Bridget Snacks is paying to troll a new low. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what people will do. PZD says you need to visit Museum of World Treasures in Wichita, Kansas. Real mummies, dinosaur bones, Hollywood memorabilia, items of presidents, gunslingers, ancient Romans, and Greek weapons. Sounds pretty cool. Popcorn King says, how do you make so many videos so fast? I'm amazed how fast you can release content. Also, who made my intro? My artist. I didn't make my intro. That was made by Creaties. I travel when I'm on the road. I try to film as much as I possibly can because, you know, the more I film when I'm on the road, the more time I can spend with my family. So I try to film as many videos as I can while I'm out so that I can upload them while I'm home. Kristen Meadows, thank you for the super chat. So there's one place I should go before I die. Go to House on the Rock. Kim Lilly says, hey, I want to send you fan art one day. Where can I send it? I don't currently have a public P.O. box. If you want to send me a digital copy, you can just email it to me. Mystic Mermaids, Carpetbagger, any plans to add a bigger variety of t-shirts, maybe with a possum or things from your intro song? Yeah, I probably should. I've had my Spreadshirt shop for a long time, years and years and years, and um, you know, I probably should update it. I can't make designs myself. I need to get find someone that can do that for me, and then. But I've been thinking about doing it differently. I don't know. I've kind of been thinking about having the shirts, printing the shirts out myself, and then selling them on eBay. Creati says I need to adapt that intro art into one. That would be a great T-shirt. If somehow someone could adapt my intro art into a T-shirt, possibly a black and white design, a two-tone color design, that would be awesome. Adam Torres, thank you for the super chat. Says, love to watch you when I feel down sometimes. Please people like you help me in times like this. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. I've gotten the sentiment a lot, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate it. If I can make someone's day a little brighter, that really means a lot to me. If a lot of people have had a rough year, believe it or not, and if I help people forget about that for just a few moments, that is good. Cody Berry, thank you for the super chat. Says I recommend the Texas Ranger Museum next time you go through Waco, Texas. Our two sons, Walker and Texas Ranger. One Perfect Devil says, really appreciate your talk on mental health and disorders. Suffer from mental health disorders and really appreciate your opinions. You're a nice, good person. I enjoy watching your videos. Thank you. Yeah, my heart definitely goes out to people that suffer mental health disorders. There's so much stigma about mental health, and people don't want to talk about it, don't want to admit that they have problems, or feel like if they do something about it, that's a sign of weakness. Pete Rondu, how are you doing, buddy? Samantha Catine says, you do help brighten the days. Love that you used to call it COVID the unpleasantness. Yeah, I was, for a while, YouTube wouldn't let you say it. If you said it, your video was immediately demonetized. So different YouTubers found different ways around mentioning it directly. So I called it the unpleasantness. Yeah, people are suffering, from mental health. I'm a huge advocate for seeking out therapy, seeking out assistance. It's so easy to a lot of people that suffer from mental illness don't even realize that they have a mental illness. They just struggle silently. What is the artwork in the background? I don't know. It's abstract. How long have I known Adam the Woo? Oh, probably like 6-7 years now, I think. Yeah, I feel like, well, I won't say everyone with mental health problems, but I feel like a lot of people with mental health problems, this is This pandemic has made things worse and harder. Beatrix Mendez has come back to Ocean City. Jolly Rogers Amusement Park is now open. Isn't Jolly Rogers Amusement Park, didn't it burn down? Scott Simonson, am I going to Transworld? I will be at Transworld. If I ever tasted giraffe meat? No. Where would I eat giraffe meat at? East Winds, have you ever been to the Bigfoot Museum in Georgia? I have. It's great. Pete Rondu says that was Castaway Cove in Ocean City, New Jersey. Oh. Okay, I've not been to Ocean City, New Jersey. I've only been to Ocean City, Maryland. They're both like places that have beach boardwalks. So I guess that's why. I think there's a dark ride in Ocean City, New Jersey that I've not been on. And I think I've always been confused that they were two different places, because they're not that far apart, I don't think. Sparks Pinball Museum. Have you been to Juliet, Georgia, where they film fried green tomatoes? Yes, I've done a video there. Mystic Mermaid says, have you watched the new Sasquatch show? They hook you in and turn it into Sasquatch being a Hell's Angel leader who murders people? What? What's that? Pete Rondu says, Dark Ride at Gillian's Wonderland along with man and dog animatronic. There's an animatronic show as well. I'm going to write that down. Thank you, Pete. Man and dog, Ocean City, New Jersey. Jackal Animatronics, thank you for the super chats. Hey Jacob, I'm a big fan. Come visit Silverwood. Silverwood, where's Silverwood? I've been to the Florida State Fair. It's open now. Where's that at? It's in Idaho, okay. Jenkins says, what is your S tier restaurant to eat at? What is S tier? April Scott says, can you go to the Museum of the Bible in DC? I could check it out. I'm not sure what it's like. Nathan Belknap, thank you for the super chat. Has Jacob been to Wildwood, New Jersey? I have been to Wildwood, New Jersey. I did a video there. You went to the Museum of Play. It's a toy museum in Rochester. I'm gonna write that down. Museum of Play in Rochester. S tier, top tier, best of the best. Oh, like my favorite restaurants. My favorite restaurants. Really love in Texas. I really love Rudy's barbecue. Um, then Maine, I love lobster rolls. There's a couple of good places I got lobster rolls. I forget their names. Eric Hallen says, if you're coming to STL for Transworld, I'll have a little curio for you that I made. Are you gonna be at Transworld? Sorry if I disappeared there for a second. I accidentally closed the app. Jeffrey Koss has taken you to a documentary of history of storybook parks and Santa parks. I've tried to visit as many of those. Were two of my favorite types of parks. I try to visit as many of them as possible. There's still a few I think I've not hit up. There's the one in Oregon. I think it's called Enchanted Forest. I really want to get out there if you're out to California. Yeah. Westphalia Chronicles says, are you a fan of Jack Kerouac's work? I've not read any Jack Kerouac, to be completely honest. Joshua Gary says, have you been to the Natural History Museum? I've been a couple. There's something, different. I'm always up for a good natural history museum. Love old style. East Wind says, Idlewood is practically in my backyard. Wyndham Pleasant, and that's over. That's amazing. Storybook Forest. Yeah, I went to Idlewild last year, and the Storybook Forest was closed. I didn't understand why that section of the park was closed due to COVID. It seemed pretty random. Honestly, Idlewild really should not have opened. Should not have opened last year because they just had everything closed once you got inside. I was like, wait a minute, what? Jeffrey Koth. I also, Six Flags Greatest Escape is definitely on my list of parks I want to hit up. East Wind. Yeah, I mean, I saw the Idlewild posted like a semi-apology on their webpage where they're like, yeah, things did not work out how they should have last year. I'm hoping that the park is actually open because I'd like to actually see the park. I really felt a little bummed that I got kind of, I paid for a ticket, but I didn't really get to see the park because everything was closed. Mercer Brothers says, how has COVID affected your travel? Definitely affected my travels severely. I was fortunate. I was really only like completely shut down for like 2 months maybe. Then in May of last year, when was it? When did they shut down? It was like March or February we're shut down, and then in May, March 12th was when everything shut down. So yeah, Willie Hill, thank you for the super chat. Says, hello Jacob, wish you would come to our haunted opera house in Abeville, South Carolina. Send me a message. We'll see what we can do. Tiki KSS, thank you for the super chat. This is when you Come to Cali. Come by Forrester's Underground Garden in Fresno. Love your channel. What's Forrester's Underground Gardens? That sounds interesting. What was I saying? I was talking about COVID, but yeah, I was yeah, about 2 months of just absolutely not being able to travel, and then I kind of got rolling after that. I was able to have a full, start making new videos again. Humble Guy says, do you vote for Biden or Trump? I'm not going to say because it doesn't really have anything to do with this channel. Spongy Man says, go to the T-Rex restaurant. Christy, did you want to go tomorrow for dinner? Did you want to go to the T-Rex restaurant? No? No. My wife doesn't want to go to T-Rex, but someday I definitely want to eat at T-Rex. It looks amazing. Panama Red, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey man, love you. Keep riding roller coasters. Love your reaction. I will, as long as they'll let me. As long as they'll let me. You never know. You never know the rules they have at parks. You got to follow the rules. You don't want to get kicked out. You don't want to get banned from a park. You want to follow the rules. Joseph Meyer says, have you ever heard of the Mothman Festival? Yes. I was actually an invited guest of the Mothman Festival in 2019. 2019 was a great year. 2019 was it was so good. I think we're going to look at 2019 as very positive in the future. No Name, thank you for the super chat. So speaking of haunted houses, there are a couple good ones in Pontiac, Michigan, Erebus and the Realm of Darkness. I've heard of Erebus. I have a possible connection to Erebus, but it's a matter of there's a lot of different places that have cool haunted houses, so it's definitely hard to get to all of them. Been to Frightland in Delaware? I have not. Man, seems like a lot of people. I've had a lot of talk about haunts tonight. I think people are already ready for haunt season, and it's only what month? April. All right, we're going to Transworld, so we'll get a little taste of the haunts. Jason in Michigan says, I was super impressed Jacob got on the steel eel. Oh, steel eel's scary. It's so high. SCA says, if you enjoy video games, Fallout 76 showcases real spots in Appalachian regions with lots of real locations. Yeah, I had heard about that. I don't know anything about video games. I don't know anything about the Fallout series. But I was wanting to try it because it was with these cool places. But then I heard that some people said that it's a bad game. It's just not a good game. I'll ask Boogie about it. He knows more about games than me. Creative says, what's one of your bigger permanent closures you found that's probably lockdown related? I know Ripley's closed down their Times Square location, which is a tragedy because it's one of their best locations. Oh, man. I don't think any of the Gatlinburg closures were related to COVID because Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, the business was actually up in 2020. I'm trying to think of permanent closures that happened during COVID. I know there's more. I just can't think think right now about what closed down permanently. Panama Red, thank you for the super chat. Camp Blood in Atlanta. It's where I don't work there. I just went, and you have to experience. Is that a haunt? Is Camp Blood a haunt? Disney stores are closing. Ripley's in Baltimore. I think Ripley's in Baltimore closed before the pandemic. Oh, Panama Red, thank you again for the super chat. Yes, it's a haunt. All right, I wrote it down on my list here. My favorite animatronic from Marvin's Marvelous Museum. Oh, there's so many. There's with the hand chopper. Oh, the great hand chop him off, where he cuts your hand off. How did your hand recover? Well, I guess they don't really chop your hand off somehow. Joy Blessed Life, thank you for the super chat. So we're about to drive over Smokies from Maryville, Tennessee, back home to Sevierville. We will lose on lines of a blessed night, Jacob. Well, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Panama Red, thank you again for the super chat. Says, loved your Dixie trip, by the way. Well, thank you. I think that's a pretty good series, the Dixie Highway Road Trip. I mean, COVID was rough. It's like if there was a restaurant that was struggling, like COVID killed it. Random Travel Video says Ripley's Aquarium and Auditorium in Gatlinburg are not worth the $40 admission fee. I don't think it's $40 to get into the auditorium, but I think they're great attractions. Oh yeah, okay, that's okay. Yuda's Healing Smile. That is you hit it on the head there. That is probably the biggest COVID related closure is the closure of Casa Bonita in Colorado. One of the greatest restaurants in the entire country shut down because of COVID. Mr. Geek Me Out says, do you ever get a copyright strike for your videos? I've never had a strike on my channel for any reason. A few like live streams will get tagged for copyright, but it's not like a strike or anything like that. It's just like I don't know. They take the ad revenue or something. With the live streams, don't really get ad revenue, so it doesn't really matter. Usually, when you upload a video, if there's too big a piece of copyrighted music in there, it'll let you know right off the bat, so you can get rid of it or fix it. Panel Red, thank you again for the super chat. This became a fan during lockdown. Live vicariously through you. You were my therapist. Well, thank you. I'm not a licensed therapist, but I'm thanking you that I could help in some way. Brian says, will Casa Bonita open eventually, or was closed for good? I think it might be closed for good. I don't think they know. I don't know if it's been officially announced if they're going to open up again or not. Popcorn King says, bro, you should really consider going to Frederick Meyer Garden in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's the first art museum I went to and was absolutely in love. It's outdoors, so go when it's warm. It's outdoors, but the art's going to get all wet. Who did my opening? Creaties, who was in here just a minute ago. Jamie Rosito says, are you going to Halloween Horror Nights this year? We'll see. We'll see if the one in Hollywood, if they're going to be, if they're going to be having it in Hollywood. 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 Hollywood's been closed. Justin Perkinson says, it was good seeing you at Supreme Wrestling the other night. Yeah, I actually did. I had a wrestling match about a month ago. I didn't record it, so if anyone has footage of it, it's valuable. Creaty says, how many times do you get asked about your intro when I'm not here to see it? I probably get asked in every single live stream. Michael DeLeese says, no one has traveled more or just found something as interesting since COVID than you. Always fun to watch your adventures. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Jennifer McDonald says, I've seen this guy on YouTube who's hating on you and Adam, upsetting people, have to tear down others, just says something about them. I agree with you 100%. You know, if you're just out there looking for negativity, putting nothing but negativity out in the world, then, you know, that's on you. That's something you have to carry around. I used to get, like, worked up about that stuff, but, you know, I can't change what someone else does with their life. I can only change how I react to it. Willie Hill, thank you for the super chat. She's just sent you a message on your Facebook page about touring the Haunted Opera House, other sites here. Yeah, I will check that out. Thank you for the super chat again, and I will try to get back to you on that. Get behind. Sometimes I get behind on checking my messages. Okay, so Casa Bonita, someone said the Casa Bonita is actually going to reopen. So that's great to hear. I know it was dicey. Taylor Joel says Mass is dropping masks outside tomorrow. I think North Carolina dropped masks outside. I mean, my current, where I stand, I am vaccinated. I've had the 2 shots and it's been over 2 weeks, so I'm fully vaccinated. I'm going to keep my mask with me, and I will wear it wherever it is asked of me. If it's the rule, I'll follow the rules. That's cool with you guys, right? Popcorn says Frederick Myers Garden is a giant sculpture garden. There's a horse sculpture that is as tall as some buildings. Okay. Danny says, how do you find cool places to visit? Yelp, viewer suggestions. I mean, there are a lot of viewer suggestions. Roadside America is a great resource. Weird USA, Atlas Obscura, great websites. Josh Paul asks, I'm going to Transworld. Yes, I am going to Transworld. Coaster FAQ says, Jacob, we're headed to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge in July. Do you think we'll bump into each other? I'm not sure. I usually go to Gatlinburg on a whim because it's so close. So I usually don't know when I'm going to be over there. Willie Hill, thank you for the super chats. I sent you a super chat about the Opera House. Yeah, I will remember check my Facebook messages and get back with you. DS says, check out a place in the Adirondacks called Enchanted Forest Water Safari. They have Rockafire dressed up as Ramblin' Rascals. Should I email? Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to write that down, actually. Enchanted Forest Water Safari. Paranormal Pineapple says, is there a YouTube creator convention that you've been to? Nope. I have VidCon. I've never been. Thought about it. I'm just not sure. I don't see myself as necessarily like a mainstream YouTuber. Bobby Davenport says, you said you like to wrestle. Who is your favorite professional wrestler? My favorite professional wrestler is Bray Wyatt. I'm really glad to hear Casa Bonita is actually going to stay open. That's good to hear. Casa Bonita. East Winds is what even is a mainstream YouTuber. I don't know. I think more about like Boogie would be more of like a mainstream, you know, like gamers and vloggers and that style. It's not an insult. It's just like, I think that's kind of more what people think about, like when they think about like YouTube culture. Sometimes pins fall off my hat, and I can't remember which pin they were. Willie Hill, thank you for the super chat. Says, do you miss working with kids? I do not miss Child Protective Services. I did CPS, Child Protective Services, for 10 years. Proud of the work I did. No desire to do it ever again. Donald Sloan says, have you been to the Wolf Museum in St. Augustine? It's a scary museum in the old house downtown. Not sure if it's open. It's not open. They closed a few years ago, but I did get a chance to go when it was open. Trump Williams says, I know you're a fan of Wyatt. I was wondering what thoughts of his run with Alexa Bliss and what they've done with her since WrestleMania. I don't think it's good. I think having him get beat like a joke by Randy Orton after being gone for 3 months was really crappy, and I'm afraid that he may not be able to come back from being booked like that What self tanner do I use? I'm not normally this orange. I think it's this light here. Josh Paul says, give yourself more credit. I think you're a mainstream traveler. I mean, I don't know. I'm not, I don't know if I'm at, who did you mention there? Adam Wu, Justin Scard, Tim Tracker. They all have huge followings. You heard of Circus World and Boardwalk and Baseball? I've not heard of Boardwalk and Baseball, but I've been to Circus World. Nomadic Fanatic. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? It says, hey, want to collaborate over Mother's Day weekend together? I'll be in the area. I am going to be away from my home base. I'm going to Trans World, the haunted house convention out in St. Louis, and then I'm going to be heading west from there. I think Mother's Day weekend is actually the same weekend as Trans World. So I'll be in St. Louis for Mother's Day. Got to remember to call my mom. But hey, Nomadic Fanatic, let's do something together. Yeah, Nomadic Fanatic. Send me trying to think. Send me a message. Email's good. Instagram. Michael Riley says French Lick, Indiana Museum has a big circus museum area. Let me write that down. French Museum. Lenore Phaeton says, saw your Indiana Beach video and think you should go back there and see new stuff they got. The new owner got new stuff with like a boat ride in the arcade. A boat ride? Eunice Healing Smiles says, do you think Casa Bonita will still do their gun shows when they come back up? I think they stopped doing their gun shows because of school shootings, is my understanding. So probably not. The gun shows are probably not going to happen anymore. Candy Smith says, anyone know if Lightning Rod at Dollywood compares to the Rattler at Fiesta, Texas? I've not been on the Rattler, but I have been on the Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod is a painful roller coaster. Donald Stallone asked about Bell Witch Cave in Adams, Tennessee. They don't let you film in there. No matter of fact, yes, I did hear they're relighting the old Wigwam neon sign in Cave City, Kentucky on May 1st. It's going to be a big event. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to be there, but I would love to be there. It sounds amazing. I love the Wigwam village. I've slept there before, and I know that it was purchased. It was bought by some new owners recently, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting back out there and staying at the Wigwam Village. So I wish I could come for the lighting, but that's not going to work. Not going to work out. Finn Media Productions. This is Howard Finster's old place in Somerville. It's in sad shape. City took over, but it's in not much anymore. I was there. I went there last year. I didn't notice it being like terrible shape. I noticed some things maybe missing. It's had its ups and downs. Jimmy Hatts, what was the name of the prison you went to with the art on the cafeteria walls? That was Brushy Mountain Prison. Theme park blanks. Let's go to Geauga Lake. I've been to Geauga Lake. There's not much left of Geauga Lake. Sound Wizard. Definitely looking forward to getting out to Trees of Mystery at some point. And that's been something I wanted to check out for a while. I was gonna last year was gonna go out to California in 2020. That didn't come together. I don't know when California is gonna be open for business this year. Joey's Amazing Things has been trying to reach you. Emails are a better way to get a hold of you. Email is actually probably the best way to get a hold of me. I do get backed up. I do miss messages sometimes. It's hard to keep up sometimes with the messages people send to me. East Wind says, have you been to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia? I think I didn't go because it wasn't clear if I could film or not. Marcel M says, I would love to invite you to Ripley's Museum in Thailand. There is the latest haunted adventure. I bet that's scary. I don't know what. Says, there's also a Sally Darkride Scream in the Dark. Yeah, apparently. Okay, I forget how it works. But Drew from Sally Darkride was explaining to me that when you have a gun, but you can scream into your gun to make it more powerful, or something about your screams fuel the ride somehow. Eric A said, you can make it out to Holy Land one last time, would you? I don't know. I saw Adam's video where he went out there. There wasn't a lot in there. There wasn't a lot. Wasn't a lot to show. We had the old Bible artifacts and the model of Jerusalem, which are cool, but it seemed like the vast majority of the park was closed down. No Name says, after the crowd they got at the Holy Land Experience, it would be stupid for them not to reopen. Yeah, I don't know why they're closed down. It's weird because they've removed a lot. They used to have a lot of like figures and photo ops in the parking lot, but those have all been removed. So I don't know. I think they might have been closing down before COVID, but we'll see, I guess, if they ever choose to reopen. Rob Tross says, our hotel's getting more expensive now post-COVID. Yeah, definitely. Hotels have started to go up in price. They were dirt cheap just about everywhere last year. But, yeah, they're definitely... I think people are more comfortable traveling. The Roofty Roof. Yes, I did get your email about Frazetta's fantasy costume suggestions. I'd love to check it out. I don't know. You said that they only run the animatronics in the haunt season. That's unfortunate. By coming back to Maryland, I feel like I'm probably going to come back to everything at some point, unless I die. Unless I die. Cool Beans is thinking of ever visiting a Renaissance fair. I did a video at the North Carolina Renaissance Fair. What are some of my favorite documentaries? Tiger King. Loved Tiger King. I've watched Tiger King 3 times, and I've been thinking about going back and watching it again. Chandra Bain says, is it correct that the Dealey Departed Museum has shut down? Yeah, it has. It has. I think is it Scott Michael? I think I think the museum was just too hard for him to run. I think he was doing more work with movies. So I think do you ever go back to HoloCon? I just went there that once. Mike Walt says you should come to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and make a video in beautiful Amish country. I don't think Amish people like being filmed. Patrick L says we should start a GoFundMe for a Zoltan machine. I think it's a lot of money. Buff Carrot says, loved the Texas prison video, man. It was an interesting museum. Braden's Haunted Yard says, please answer, what is your favorite Wisconsin attraction? That would, of course, be House on the Rock. SG 2021, thank you for the super chat. Says, hi, Carpetbagger, how's your Thursday evening going? Going well, spending it with you guys. Probably going to be closing down the live stream here in probably about 4 minutes. So if anyone has any final comments, any questions, let them rip. Modest Chimps, have you ever heard of Bohemian Grove? Yeah, it's like some strange cult that like a bunch of ex-presidents are members of. We got 449 thumbs up. That's pretty nice. Have I been to the P.T. Barnum Museum in Connecticut? I think it was closed the last time we went through there. Like, I think they were refurbing it. Daniel Melendez says, why are you skipping my questions? I'm not trying to skip anyone's questions. There's 359 people in here, and, you know, I can't read every comment. I try to get to as many as I can. Blocky Gamer says, have slow-mo go slower. I mean, it's not that people are spamming the chat. It's just there's just a lot of people in here, which is really great. But I can't get to everyone. Conrad Walters says, do you legit believe in ghosts? I like to keep an open mind. Don't like to poo-poo on anything. Carlos says, connection. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still remember that name, but I'm afraid you've been misinformed. I don't know what that means. Will a subscriber goal convince you to visit Bohemian Grove? I don't think I'm allowed. Amanda Kohler says, hey, Jacob. Looks like things are getting better up here in upstate New York. Any plans to visit? Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I am looking into visiting upstate New York. Been checking out the amusement parks and stuff in New York. Looks like a lot of them are planning to open around, this is a New York thing, but it looks like June 23rd seems to be when things open up in New York for the summer. So maybe after that point we'll see what's open in the great state of New York. Mr. Train One says, nobody got a wrench here. Has someone been spamming or trolling? I haven't seen it. It's been, ever since I figured out how to put slow mode on, things have been pretty good. Jonathan Julia says, remember your first live streams? Oh, you get triple that number on a bad night. I mean, my first live streams would probably be like 5, 10, 15, 20 people. Creaty says, did I miss a chance to ban someone? I must have missed it. I didn't see anyone saying anything abhorrent. Definitely going to be trying to check out anything Meow Wolf does. I'm going to get out there and see it. I don't know if I'll be there right when it opens, but I'll get out there. But all right, so we have been on here about 2 hours. So I appreciate all you guys joining me. Again, I will be traveling to Transworld, and should be a fun trip, so stay tuned. Hashtag Team Balto. Until next time, this one's in the bag.